Hi guys, Steph here. What we've got for you today is yet another beautiful pen. Now some of you will look at it and recognise it straight away. Yes, it's a Parker fountain pen, but which one is it? This is the Parker Maxima fountain pen. Now a long time ago I showed you one in black, so I thought it was quite worthy to show you this one in this lovely burgundy colour. As I say, it's the Parker Maxima fountain pen. Now the date of this pen, well, Parker brought out the sort of the Duofold range early 1950s, I believe around about 1953, and they went through to sort of early 1960s, around 1963. Now the smallest at that particular time was a small pen called a Parker Slim Fold, and they went right all the way to the top to this particular pen. This was the flagship of the Duofold range of that particular era. As I say, it's the Parker Maxima fountain pen. It's a lovely large pen from the top of the cap to the bottom of the barrel, around about 143 millimeters capped. Around the barrel, it's a lovely chunky 12 millimeters in diameter. If we show you the cap band there, it's got this lovely, quite a broad cap band, and you'll notice it's got these lovely chevron lines to the band there. You can see the very recognizable Parker clip, arrow clip there. All the trim is gold filled. And then to the top there we've got this little burgundy or maroon jewel to the very top of the cap there. All in all, a beautiful, beautiful pen. Let's show you the barrel imprint, which what I've actually done, I've highlighted it for you, so well, hopefully it's a little bit more visible for you. And you'll see that it says Parker Maxima, and then underneath made in England. Now these pens, as I say, they started them around the early 1950s. Now the barrel imprint on these pens slightly differs. That the earlier versions actually had a barrel imprint that read Parker Maxima Duofold, and in some cases just after the Duofold it'd have a number which was a date number. Slightly later pens like this particular one just simply read, as you've just seen, Parker Maxima made in England. So this is a slightly later version. Now if we undo the cap, which as you can see is a screw on screw off cap, in absolutely beautiful condition, it's been fully restored, cleaned, etc. So let's pop the cap down. Let's take you up to the section there. You can see a section, same colour as the barrel, slightly tapered. And then if we take you up to the nib, the lovely thing about these Maxima pens is they've got a large nib. As you can see here, the nib has a sort of like an inlaid arrow to it, which is quite recognizable for this particular pen and this nib. And then underneath it reads 14 carat Parker England, and then to the bottom there you can see it's got the number 50, which is the correct nib for this pen, the Maxima. The number 50 nib is the largest nib within the range of the Duofold pens, again of that period. Again, slightly, your particular pen, if you've got one of these, the nib may slightly differ, i.e. the earlier versions may have had, or well, they did have a number 50 slightly smaller, and then next to the 50 they may have had another number, i.e. I don't know, maybe a number 9, which would indicate to you that the pen is dated from 1959. This pen, or should I say this nib, I've actually just installed this nib. So this nib is actually an earlier nib. What you can't see inside the section there to the bottom of the nib, it actually has the letter RU and then underneath that 1957. So this nib, I would say, is from a slightly earlier Parker Maxima, or a Parker Maxima Duofold. So although this one's dated 1957, I would date the pen slightly later, maybe, well, yeah, slightly later, maybe 1960s, whatever. So I would say this is a, well, I do know, as I say, I've replaced this nib, and obviously the feed underneath. You can see the feed is the standard comb feed, and again it's a large feed for this specific pen. Let's show you a slightly, or a sideways view. So just again, just to repeat, this nib has been replaced. The 1957 nib is a slightly earlier nib for this specific pen, which I believe to be a slightly later pen, but it doesn't matter, it's still an absolutely beautiful pen. Let's bring it slightly close for you, and I'm hoping it will focus, because the lovely thing about this nib as well, you'll see that it's actually a oblique nib. Absolutely lovely. We'll show you how it writes in a moment, so I'm hoping that's clear for you. It's a lovely oblique nib. All in all, absolutely stunning pen. As I say, the flagship, or the largest pen of that particular era of the Duofold pens, and as you can see, I've actually got quite large hands, and it sits nice and comfortably in my hands. Let's just take the barrel off for you, and you'll see there we've got the sort of standard aerometric type filler with this casing, stainless steel casing around the sack, which again is standard for the pens of that particular era. Yes, I know you people want to say, yes, we'd like to see it writing. Well, it'd be interesting to see how it writes. I'm hoping you could actually hear that. Lots of bubbling going on. Let's just wipe the nib with some tissue. Let's pop the ink to one side. Okay, let's bring on some paper, and let's see how this lovely oblique nib writes. So what we have is a Parker Maxima. As we said, some of them actually say Parker Maxima Duofold. This one being a later version simply reads Parker Maxima. We're dating the pen, I don't know, maybe the very late 1950s to the very early 1960s. It's actually writing absolutely lovely. A very nice, smooth writer. As you can see on the downward stroke, we can get quite a broad line. On the cross stroke, a slightly slimmer line. So let's see. So there you go, some lovely variation in the line. Absolutely lovely. A lovely smooth writer. Writing, I would say, with a medium line, with some lovely variation with this oblique nib. So let's pop that to one side, pop the cap back on, and we'll leave it at that. A lovely example of the flagship Parker Maxima pen of that particular era of the Duofold pen range. So I hope you've enjoyed looking at the pen as much as I enjoy showing them to you people. Incidentally, this is going to a customer. Well, I hope you're happy with your pen, Andre. So the pen will be on its way to you over the next day or so. But for now, I'll just simply say bye-bye for now.